I, like my dad said, I never thought this was going to happen to me. My parents run YOU, and I always thought I could say no when it was right in front of me, but that didn't happen as I planned. I'm 17 years old. I go to Franklin Regional, and 16 months ago, I was a passenger in a car accident that involved alcohol.
Here's that first picture.
This is me before the accident. I was a three-sport athlete. I played soccer, basketball, and lacrosse. And I rode quads and dirt bikes right out my garage door, and I also loved to fish. I did pretty well in school, too. Could you show the second picture, please? This is me a couple hours after the accident occurred. We hit a tree, and I was non-responsive, and life flighted to AGH's trauma unit. I had 2 collapsed lungs. I was on a ventilator. My neck snapped back over my spine, which should have left me paralyzed. I have back issues and had severe head trauma, which consisted of major bleeds and global shearing. Global meaning my whole head, and shearing meaning that the axons in your brain either got severed or stretched. On the 3rd day in the hospital, the doctors took me off the ventilator thinking they were going to shut the machines down. They had to put me back on the ventilator, but the doctors were amazed. I spent some time there and then was transferred to the Children's Institute, where I still receive outpatient therapy. Could you show the next picture? This is me in my recovery, trying to live again. Fly fishing has helped me in my recovery a tremendous amount. Also, YOU helped me by just being there for support and company through the many days where I couldn't do anything. So I'd just like to say a big thanks to everyone who helped me through this life-changing event.
Sorry. Hello, I'm Jessica. I am Big Joe's daughter, and I'm 19 years old. I graduated from Franklin Regional High School. I grew up in a Christian home. I was the ideal daughter that any parents could ask for. With my father running YOU, I was taught about drugs and alcohol at a very young age. If you told me that I would have ever tried alcohol or did drugs, I would have called you crazy. I never thought that I would get into them, that they could have grabbed a hold of my life like they did. Going into high school, sooner or later, I knew that drugs and alcohol would be at an arm's length away from me. Little did I know that my sophomore year was the first time that I had been offered alcohol. But my senior year is where it all started. I started hanging around some kids that were using, and before I knew it, my senior prom had rolled around, and that was the first time I started smoking weed. As that summer approached, I began smoking just about every night. I was involved with a crowd that really wasn't the best. After summer, I then went away to Clarion University for college. With going away to college, I knew it gave me all of the freedom to do whatever I wanted, whenever I wanted. I began smoking weed heavily from move-in day. Weed just wasn't it. I began drinking a lot. I was taking some pills along with getting into some hallucinogens. I thought that I was just doing what every other college kid did. And after my brother's accident, I went back to school, and my parents let me take my car and everything. And I kind of already had it like premeditated in my head that I was going to use my brother's excuse, or his accident, as an excuse to skip class and go get high, because I knew that I could tell my parents that my grades were bad because I was so depressed about my brother. And that really like kind of hit home for me, that I thought, like, what am I really getting myself into here? My brother almost just died from an alcohol-related crash. I should be straightening up. It was then, after my brother's accident, it was Christmas and everything, and then it was my second semester of college. Nothing had changed. I was still doing what I wanted and still using. I was spending a large amount of time with my boyfriend, who was, at the time, also using. Last February, we then found out that I was pregnant, and to me, an abortion was not an option, so I decided to have the baby. My beautiful son Declan was born on November 27th. My son has saved my life. Being a mother at 19 is a challenge every day, and I would not want any young girl my age going through what I have went through. But having my son has made me grow up, and now I'm back to the real me. The drugs were controlling me and making someone who I wasn't. Every day is a struggle, but I would never have been able to do this without my Lord and Savior Jesus Christ, along with my unbelievable parents, my brother, and my boyfriend. YOU has meant everything to me. My dad has been my biggest inspiration through the years, watching him work with these young addicts, along with every young person who he has dealt with. They have impacted me in a positive way, and I cannot be more thankful. To all the teenagers out there, please take it from someone who has been there, and please don't take the path I did. Be yourself, don't let something else control who you are, and always remember, no matter what situation you get yourself into, there is always hope.